Hi friends, this is the writing lesson for second grade. We are going to start brainstorming for our personal narrative writing. So the first thing that you need to do, you need to make sure that you have this personal narrative writing graphic organizer in front of you. It was in your last distribution. You have a few copies, or you can print one off of Canvas. Please start by writing your name at the top. It's always important to label all your papers with your name so when you turn them in, I know whose they are. And you have to determine what is your seed story. Yesterday we learned about the differences between a watermelon story and a seed story, and you want to make sure that you're writing about a seed story. So you're not going to write about going to the beach necessarily. You're going to write about maybe building a sandcastle, riding the waves, eating your picnic lunch, playing frisbee with your parents. Whatever it is, that is your seed story. So your topic is not going to be the beach. Your topic would be building a sandcastle, riding the waves, whatever. I am actually going to do me riding a ride at Disneyland. Now, it is not just any ride. I'm going to write about my all-time favorite ride, which happens to be in Shanghai Disneyland, which is in China, and it is the Pirates of the Caribbean. And you will see why tomorrow, why this is my favorite ride out of all of the rides in the world at Disneyland parks. So, here is my topic. Today, we are going to do the topic, the hook, the topic sentence, and the closing sentence. We are going to save the details for tomorrow. So you can either pause this video and do each part with me, or you can do it once the video ends, then you can write yours. So for our hook today, we are going to ask some sort of question about your topic. So, for example, if you were writing about building a sandcastle at the beach, you could say, have you ever built a sandcastle at the beach? I am going to say, have you ever been? Now, I'm not going to say to Disneyland because that would be my watermelon story. I'm going to say, have you ever been on the, and I'm going to be specific here, Pirates. Now, if you're doing a ride like me, the ride needs to be capitalized because it is a proper noun. And I'm going to include the word ride, and I'm going to make sure I end with a question mark. Now, I know that most people reading my story haven't been to Shanghai in China. They haven't been on this ride. So I'm not going to say, have you ever been on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in Shanghai? I'm going to save that for my topic sentence. I'm going to get even more specific in my topic sentence. So I'm just going to say, have you ever been on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride? Okay. Now, that way, if they've been on it at Disneyland or Disney World, they could be like, yeah, I have. What do you have to say about it? Okay. So I'm trying to get people interested in what I want to say. So that is what you're going to do for your hook. Now, for your topic sentence has a ton of information. You're going to tell when you did this, who you were with, and what you did. So I'm going to write those right here. You're going to start with when, then you're going to say what, and then you're going to say who. Okay, now let me show you what I mean. So I went to Shanghai Disneyland in January of 2019. Now, I don't suggest writing a story from 5 years ago, okay, when you might not be able to remember all these details. But for me, I like to use this story because you guys can watch the video tomorrow and see what this ride is all about. So it helps us visualize what I'm writing about. So I'm going to say in January of 2019. So that's how I'm going to start mine. You can say last year, last January. You can say last week. You can say yesterday. You can say on my last birthday, or on my birthday, I had a birthday party. Okay? Or on my birthday, I got to open presents, or whatever it is. You're going to start by saying some type of when did this happen? So I'm going to say in January of 2019, because I'm telling the story, rode on, and do you see how small I'm writing? Because I have a lot of things to say. On the Pirates, again, capitalize it, of the Caribbean ride, and for me, I'm going to say where this ride was, because for my story, it's very important. So I'm going to put the word where right here, because you might have to say it. If you are talking about sightseeing in Arizona, you might want to talk about Arizona. Or if you're talking about going snowboarding or skiing in the mountains, you might want to tell me that you were in Mammoth, that you were in Tahoe. So sometimes where might fit into your topic sentence. So I wrote on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Shanghai Disneyland. And I'm going to say who I went with. So you could say with my family. Now, my family has changed since I went on this ride. So I can't say my family because my little baby Andrew wasn't with us. But I am going to say with Matt, who's my husband. And see how I ran out of room even though I was writing really small. And Abby, because my daughter did go with us. So your topic sentence, I told you, has a ton of details. When, what, where, and who. Okay, once you get done with that, you're going to jump down to your closing sentence. Remember, we're saving the details for later. So usually a closing sentence, or sometimes a closing sentence in informative writing, opinion writing, is going to change, or is going to restate what you already said in your topic sentence. But if you noticed, our closing sentence for narrative writing is telling our reader, how did we feel? So I'm going to say something about how I felt about this ride. And I promise you, you guys are going to think that this ride is so cool. I want to tell my reader that. So I'm going to say, this was the coolest ride I have ever been on. So that tells my reader how I felt about that ride. Now, if you're doing a ride and maybe you went on the Haunted Mansion or you went on a roller coaster and it was the scariest ride you've ever been on, You could say that. Maybe you're writing about the beach and you could say, I had so much fun building a sandcastle, something like that. How did you feel about your seed story? And I'm also going to add another little sentence. I hope that I get to go back to Shanghai Disneyland again. So you have the option of adding a sentence like that too, saying, I can't wait to go back to the beach again. I can't wait to build another sandcastle. I can't wait to go swimming in my pool again. You get to decide, how do you feel about that seed story? Okay, friends, so a quick review. You're going to write the topic of your seed story, a question hook, a topic sentence that says when, what, maybe where, and who was with you, and a closing sentence. How did you feel after this seed story? Like I said, tomorrow we will work on writing those details. That is it for our lesson, friends. Great job. We'll see you later.